Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm just going to wait a bit then. Get some people on the live. What I'm going to do then is have a play around with these. Cool. Wait for some people to come on then. Now we've got a thumbs up. Let's start poll. Now we've got Karen on, Ted on. Hello, how we doing? I think we've got a bit of a delay. Can you hear me all right then? I thought I'd just go on my phone. Last time I tried to do Facebook Live, YouTube Live. It did not work at all. It was that the software were messing up. How are you all doing then, Karen and Ted? Good, you can hear me fine. That's great. So I think we've got 3 on. Let's just wait a bit longer, get some more people in. Hello, Richard. How we doing? So Richard's got a really good music channel on YouTube. Yeah, it sounds like a Beatle. It sounds really good. Oh, good. Good, James. Your video last week was epic. Yeah, we had the stag do video. Yeah, that was amazing. So we had a few days in, what was it, 5 days in Bulgaria, which were cool. Learned how to snowboard in like 3 sessions or 4 sessions. And then the lads took me to the top of the slope, and I just had to just get thrown in the deep end, try and get down, which was good fun. We also got Ricky. Yeah, okay, Ricky. Hello, hello. Yeah, good to see the amazing video. Yeah, it was good fun. MGR. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I didn't know you could snowboard. Yeah, so yeah, it took like 3 sessions, like 3 hour sessions. So you go for like session 1 and 2. That's 3 hours. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you can basically go down a little baby slope, which is pretty cool. But no, to be fair, just from that, I was able to go down the red one, which is like super steep. But on the GoPro, it just looks flat. So if you look at the footage, it looks like nothing, but it's really steep. Yeah, what else you got? James can't do anything. Well, nice to have a go. Yeah, I've got a nice bit of panelling. Got a little light. I've got no coving at the moment. So just doing in this room up. Bit of shelving. Hello, Ellie. How are we doing? So we've got 10 people on now, which is cool. So I think more and more are rattling on then. So yeah, welcome to 2025 then. So yeah, last year was awesome, and this year is going to be even better then. So yeah, hope everyone's doing all right then. So we've got quite a few in the chat. So we've done a few shout outs then. So we've got Karen, Ted, let's see if we missed anyone, Richard, Ricky, MGR, Ellie. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for chatting. Anyone else that's watching then? We've got a little chat that's live. Oh, Martin's joined. Martin83. Hi, man. There we go. Yeah, happy 2025. Amanda's trying to get on. Okay, cool. But yeah, more the merry then. Yeah, but do comment. So then, if you've got any questions, then now is the time to post it in, and then later on in the chat, I'll scroll back and we'll answer those questions. So it could be anything to do with business, how to run a business, happy to answer them, or anything personal, or even anything electrical. You've got any electrical questions, then bang it in there, and I'm happy to answer those. And at the end, I'll scroll back to this section and answer some. We've got Michael Furman. I love you. Thank you, Michael. Legend. So then, let's get into this then. So 2025 has been an awesome year then. So we had the amazing Brian join the company. So if you've seen the videos, we've got Brian there. So he's been a massive help this year. So let me know what you think of Brian below. Brian's amazing. But yeah, so he brings a lot of experience, level-headedness to the company, which is what you need to grow. So that's my kind of vision for this year. So it's funny then. So he's got 2 apprentices with him. So we got Ellis and Jonah, if you remember from the videos. And we say like me and Sharon, who was the last in the office, we joke and say when he's got them 2 with him, he's like royalty. He gets like carried into the job. And he just has to arrive, and all the apprentices bring all this stuff in. So yeah, he's got it pretty good, to be fair. So look, we only got 2 months of 2025. James, slow down. I know we would have been bombing down the hill at silly miles an hour, falling over. But yeah, so we've also like partnered with a home automation company then. So we now offer smart home installations for customers. Now that's really exciting. Then so the company's called Port Smart Homes. So it's like a smart tech company, and the smart tech that they fit. There's loads of different ones like Lutron, Control 4, and this one's called Loxon. So it's basically built bottom up from a BMS system, so a building management system. Some of these really big houses integrates with like solar and heat pumps and shading, and they all like talk to each other to make sure they're not like fighting to cool it down or heat it up. So you might have like a room that wants to be like a constant 18 degrees. So it can either turn the heating on, because all the smart switches have got like temperature gauges in, or it could open the blinds and the sun heats the room for free. So you can see how it kind of like, that's just one example of some cool smart tech to actually heat your home without actually turning the heating on. It knows the weather patterns. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff coming up like that with the smart homes. We've got a few projects coming up. So hopefully we'll have to film on them, and you'll get to see how we install these smart home systems. It's totally different to conventional wiring. It's like data cable from the switches back to like a panel, and then every lighting circuit goes back to a panel, and it all just talks to each other. So it's pretty cool tech. But yeah, if you got any more questions, just keep putting them in, and I will come back to them at the end. Then, so yeah, that's the smart home tech. But yeah, people love also we've got coming up there. So people love the how to do videos. So we'll show people how we do stuff. People get some experience without, I don't know, like you get these people who do these courses and they don't really have any hands-on experience. So I always like set this up so like apprentices can even watch this and just see how people do it, and they can just get some tips and tricks without, if they haven't got an apprenticeship, they can get like glean some information out of it, and so it helps them out. So yeah, it shows people different aspects of work. So we'll cover the home automation stuff this year, solar, electrical vehicle charging, heating. And if there's anything else you want us to cover, then let us know below, and we'll do that as well. So comment that in the chat. So yeah, this channel's about serving you. So it's your channel, and at the end of the day, so you just tell me what you want me to cover, and I'm happy to cover it. So yeah, it's good sharing experience then. So then let's just jump back in the chat then, see if I've missed anything. Hello, Mandy. Mandy is on now. Hello. So good to see the company expanded, James. Yes, yeah, we've got big plans for 2025, which is cool. What else we got? Very clever, Mandy. Yeah. So the home automation stuff's super cool. How do you keep up with all the new tech? Yeah, so a lot of training. So on the electrical game, something new comes out like EV. That like about 4 years ago now. It was getting quite big, and people just like jumping on that bandwagon. So yeah, you're just got to go on like a course, which tells you how to learn the electrical theory, but then in practice, it's totally different. So then you're just constantly learning and looking at the manufacturer's instructions, make sure everything's wired correctly. Just what you read on paper is right, but you then got to apply that to real life, which is not easy, getting a cable from A to B and what protections you're supposed to put on that. Do you enjoy running your own business? Yeah, I enjoy it. It's great fun. So implying different lads and trying to create a good culture. About just enjoying work and working hard and being honest. So I think those are the good values. Yeah, speaking of that, and so yeah, we've got a business coach. So I had a meeting with him last week. So this guy is going like expert level deep into the company's like margins and the business opportunities. So yeah, we had a great meeting last week with him. So first of all, talking about like the company values and the company business, personal and business goals. There's no point creating this beast that you've got to feed with pumping it with leads and pumping it. You could have 20 lads and you just got to keep it going. Otherwise, the lads got no work. So sometimes if you create something that you don't want to manage, then that's probably not the best thing for you. And it depends what kind of money you want to get out of at the end. If you want some place in Monaco and all these fancy, I don't know, tens of thousands of pound holiday, then that business or that vehicle, if you want to call it, is going to look totally different to, I don't know, 4 to 8 grand in the bank every month, and I don't know, like 2 holidays a year and a steady life. You know what I mean? That's a different vehicle as well. So, but yeah, we was talking about one of the values of the company, because like some people can be just mean bosses, if you want to call it, and just like squeeze the staff and get every little drop out of them and every little minute and micromanage and not make it very fun at all, and not give them like some sort of creative freedom in what they do. And that's one way of doing it. It works, but I didn't like that kind of thing. Whereas my values were, yeah, like one of the main points were like family, quality, honesty, having fun was one of them. So I felt silly saying it to the business guy, but yeah, it's like having fun's really important in work, that we everyone comes to work and enjoys what they're doing. So when I'm recruiting, I'm trying to get these values. But because we like give like every other month we'll do like training on different aspects, so the staff are really well trained. We put a lot into them. We take them away on like fun days, like if you've seen the like elect shows that we do, so we take them away to different places. And then we have like a summer event, winter event. So yeah, they've got loads of days off essentially, where we're missing out on thousands of pounds being like earning. But obviously, I think like creating a culture that's fun, and you got these different days that you look forward to is like quite important. But for someone who's just money driven, they just want to get paid that money. You know what I mean? So it's when I'm recruiting next, I want to try and find that person who can have fun. You know what I mean? It's quality work, who can just go the extra mile, and you know what I mean. They're focused on family and just working hard. So I think Brian's done by 3 o'clock most days. Goes home to his family, chills out. That's what he wants anyway. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find someone like that. So yeah, values are important. I know I'm waffling on about values, but yeah, if you are looking to grow something, then that is quite important. Because basically the different opportunities you'll take on will affect that. So we looked into one of the opportunities then. So I won't share on too much because there's some secret nuggets out there which will kind of dilute the market that we're looking into. So obviously I don't want to give the competitors an edge, our edge. But one of them, which wasn't ours, was like the council stuff. So that's like a numbers game. So you basically employ a lot of people, and then you've got like you might have like a 5% margin, and you basically just throw as many minutes as possible, and you're just working in like you just feel like working these lads to death, and you can get 5% out of it, which is not a lot because most people aim for about 20 to 25%. But yeah, it's a numbers game, and you can make money that way. But that didn't fit with our values of, you know what I mean, quality and having fun. Because it's not fun doing that kind of work. The type of clientele and like needles and stuff like that at these flats and stuff like that. You don't want to get involved with that. So there we go. So that's the business coach thing. So that I'm going to be like, so yeah, I'd love to share some secret information for free about that. So yeah, I've had to like obviously hide some the lucrative market, so it'll dilute ours and it'll kind of hinder us of what we're trying to achieve. But yeah, more than happy to share with the different ideas and the basic opportunities and strategies that can help other businesses. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. So we've got some of that coming up. Right, back to the chat. A lot of things have popped up then. So we talked about how we kept up with checks. So it's not a wireless smart home tech or all hardwired, Jim. So yeah, the locks on then it's hardwired. So you have like it's got a tree system. So you basically wire from a panel in and out of all your switches for like ground floor, first floor, second floor, and it's just like a power pair and a data pair. So when you press your switch on the wall, it talks like a panel. And all the smart home companies are just geniuses at just essentially programming it to do exactly what you want it to do. I don't like one example. You might have motion sensors on like a long corridor, so when you go to the toilet at night, you can set it so it only comes on like 10%. So it's like super dim. So you walk out your bedroom door, the lights come on 10%. You walk to the toilet, walk back, and then they're just dimmed off. You know what I mean? So just yeah, you can set it up to do anything. But yeah, it's not. So a lot of the like Lutron and Control 4 are wireless systems. The internet goes down, you've lost your smart home, which is stupid. You know, it's not very smart, is it? When there's a power cut and you can't do anything. But the locks have got like a battery backup, and it's all offline. It's like a LAN system. It's called so local area network. So you don't need Wi-Fi, which is very good. Let's look at the others. I was going to ask if like underfloor heating slash skirting boards. So I looked at those. So we've never done them, and we turned the job down just because you want like a joiner to do the cuts, especially skirting boards. It's just like cutting a piece of wood. You know what I mean? You got to get the perfect miter cuts. Otherwise, you just see an awful line down it. So I didn't fancy doing that cut. And you got one chance. Otherwise, you cock the full thing up. So I was like, I'll do it, but I'll connect it up. But we want like a joiner in who's got like a metal bit who can just slice through it and get perfect cut. But he didn't want to pay for electrician and a joiner, so yeah, we'll turn that one down. But yeah, they are cool. So you don't have any radiators in your wall, and you just see like white baseboards or whatever colour baseboards for the heating. So that's pretty cool. Karen, so I suppose you have to always keep ahead of the game. Are you keeping business fresh? Yeah, there's loads of like new opportunities coming out. So you basically, if it's a bit more specialist, you might be able to charge a bit more. So you might be able to put 50 quid a day extra on, and then you'd probably get like a 10% extra on your margin because of that. Um, so like for me, as a standard electrical runs about 55% margin. And then if we push a little bit more, we could probably get it up to about 77% on certain markets, and some are like 66 off the top of my head. It was only last week, but I can't remember the margins, but it's all written down. But yeah, so you've got to keep ahead of the market because like some's like new tech, it'll come in more specialist, and you'll jump on that. There'll be higher margins, and then it'll tail off down to that 55% as the rest of the market kind of catches up, and then it just becomes like your standard electrical by the end of it, and everyone can do it. So everyone does a race at bottom, but really you want to be on the cutting edge, really, so you can hit those higher margins. Do you get work from YouTube? Yeah, so we did a subscriber got us in video, didn't we? The EICR. So he said that like we won't get anyone else except you in, lad from Barnsley, and he was really happy. So we tested his house, and like a lot of companies will be in and hour, and they'll just say yeah it passed, and then that's it. Or some people are like yeah it needs a rewire, and they don't really test it properly. But we went around with the Wonderly, did 100% testing. There was like switches not earthed, and loads of like fire rated downlights, want fire rated stuff like that. So a lot of stuff we found with that one. So he was really happy. He got a full testing service because you got to. Yeah, that was another thing on the values, honesty. So you got to be honest in the business. Because with this kind of game, you can just like the electricians could just lie and say it needs this, and you wouldn't know, and I wouldn't know without testing it. You know what I mean? So you got to really be honest and trust the electrician you're getting in. Yeah, that's a good question, Ted. Richard Ryle, do you like being the boss? Do you like bring the boss? I think he meant being. Yeah, I don't mind being the boss. Yeah, it's good. It's yeah. I don't like the confrontation where you got to like sit someone down and be like, right now, you're not doing this, and you know what I mean. I expect this, and you're not doing that. Or someone being rude, you got to put them in line. You know what I mean? So that's not very nice. You got to deal with that. 'Cause I think most people like to be liked. You know what I mean? But sometimes when you're boss, you got to put your boss hat on, and then you got to be quite like stern with them and say, no, we don't accept this. You need to be more professional at work or whatever. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's I treat you very well, and you're taking the mick by I don't know not doing this. So yeah, that's the hard bit of being a boss. So the easy bits are just going out there and getting a win. You know what I mean? You might contact 10 companies, get one, and you're like, come on, and yeah, it's quite a good feeling. If you win like a big contract that gets you work for I don't know 20 grand come in, you're like, come on, you know what I mean? And they give you a 50% deposit, and you got 10 grand sat in your account for doing nothing. But obviously you got to do the work. But yeah, it's a good feeling when that happens, and you know you got work set in stone for the lads, which is cool. Sounds like Morrison's, James. I don't know what sounds like Morrison's. I might have missed that one. Do you mean valuing people is important, work-life balance? Yeah, I think so. So it's you could have that like work hard. Like I try not to work weekends because that's like family time. You know what I mean? So you work hard, and then your weekends are for fun time. If not, you just it's like those schools that take like music out for lessons, and any kind of like creative outlet. If you just crunch your numbers all day, and yeah, it's just like you know what I mean. Everyone's just depressed. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have them outlet, them kind of like relaxed periods or creative outlets. Like I've got the band stuff, and obviously we do nice things with friends, stuff like that. So yeah, work-life balance is cool. Definitely not James. It's important. So so good to work for someone who respects their staff. Yeah. I try to look after them. Yeah, in the past we've had some staff who don't appreciate it and just take it for granted. But then people come on board that are like, no, look, you've got it really good here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't take it for granted. I think that respect goes both ways. This is Karen. Through James, if they're not pulling their weight, that's detrimental to the business. No, you're right, Karen. Yeah, so we had to let someone go recently for not pulling the weight, really. Like, not bad paperwork and being rude. So there's only so many chances you can give him. Then you just gotta let go, kind of thing, which is a shame. But it's like a life lesson for him, isn't it? The only way for them to grow next, you can only get to them to a certain stage, and then it's just like they've got to hit that harsh reality, and then hopefully they learn a life lesson, and then they don't make that mistake in the next place. So yeah, so there we go. All right, I'll come on to the comments shortly. I don't know how much I've caught up on. Oh, we've got another person, Matthew Rogers. Who's the best Sparky? You or Nick Bundy? She's right. I've tried not to watch any other electrical channels, which sounds really like big headed or anything like that. But I don't want to be like influenced by how they do stuff because I want like my videos to be kind of like unique in how I do stuff. So I don't want to watch stuff and go and then like subliminally copy their kind of style or what they're doing. So which is probably bad because you're supposed to do market research when you're like trying to create stuff. But yeah, I try not to. So I don't actually know much of Nick Bundy's, and I know I've you know, I mean, I've seen him and then bits of his work, and he looks decent. I know people slag him off for different stuff, but then you got your TikTok experts, and everyone slags off anyone when he's back anyway. So, but yeah, don't know. I'll have to work with him, and we'll see. That'd be cool. Do a collab with Nick Bundy. Karen, she's a woman, Ricky. I don't know what that means. James, of course, James. Finney, hi mate. Is locks on something you recommend to customers if they, or you, or do they provide the lead? So the locks on, so Ports, the company, I think locks on do pass on like passover jobs, or like takeover jobs. So they might have had Control 4 in Lutron and it's a rubbish system. They'll go to someone like Loxon and say, look, this system's not doing what it's doing. The clocks change and the time doesn't change. Like, how basic can you get? You know what I mean? They pay a fortune for someone from Lutron or Control 4 to come over just to change the clock. It should do it automatically. It's not very smart. So yeah. So some people are like, right, rip it out, put locks on in. It's a lot better system. It works offline. It's all wired, so you don't get any dropout. It's like a little workhorse. But yeah, so like sometimes the locks on will give you the leads, but a lot of the time you're kind of showing the customer locks on and what it can do really. But it's quite a luxury product. I'm not going to lie at that, but yeah, if you got a big house, it probably saves you in how it manages the house in the savings, just so everything's not on or off. You know what I mean? So if you plan it well, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so KH86, welcome. All right, let's go back to stuff then. So we got 2025 then, we've got some merch coming out soon, which is pretty cool. So I just got the website people on with the landing page on that. So yeah, we're to 5 last guys who weren't doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is a bit annoying. So we had a few setbacks with that. But we should have like t-shirts, mugs, stickers, hoodies, that kind of thing. Or any other merch you can think of. If you let me know below, that'd be cool. Like in the comments section, not the live chat, because that disappears after a while. But yeah, for those who know the channel, then we've got the Finney Electrical coffee coming soon, which would be cool. So it's all picked, ready to go. Super excited about that. So more to come on that. But yeah, the proceeds of that's going to go to like help pay people, well, pay for people's electrical work, like elderly people or single mothers, anything like anyone in need, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Which would be cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So we can get enough revenue off that, get enough revenue off YouTube to pay for stuff like that. It'd be really cool. Oh, Ashley Van Zyl, very interesting name. How many extensions can I plug into another before it's dangerous? You see, it's all about the load, really. So if you got like one extension at the wall and extension after extension, if you just like plug a heater in over there, it could probably, it's not great. But like every connection point's a weak point, you've got to remember. But yeah, if you plug in, like I've had it where the customer plugged 2 extensions in and it ended up melting the main plug. So really, it's about the load. So you've got to calculate that. But yeah, least extensions the better because you've got less connections. So nice rule of thumb for you. But yeah, just don't plug any like high powered things in like heaters or toasters or I don't know. I've been to a kitchen where they've got one of them multi plugs and squares, and so that's been plugged in. They've got like microwave, air fryer, dishwasher, wash machine. It's just like melted to the socket. Yeah, not good, not good. But yeah, thank you for that question, Ashley. On my doors, I wonder how far I can go to Ashley. I don't know what that means. Ashley is a very posh name, yeah. Depends on what you're plugged into the extension. There we go. Ricky got it right. So it depends on what you plugged into the extension. You're right. I'm probably like miles behind with these. I watch a few. I've got all the way of working. As long as the job is done right, it doesn't matter. Yeah, get it done right. Matthew Rogers again. Who would win a fight between you and Nick Bundy and David Savary? I don't know what David Savary is. Don't know. Never heard of him. Never heard of Nick Bundy. So Nick's a tall guy. There's a lad called Andy Cam that does the I Love Plumbing. Now Nick's, I think Nick's a bit of a cocky guy, so he was like, "Oh, I'm the best at arm wrestling," and he went to this event down south, and Andy Cam was like, "I'm a plumber. Let's do plumbers versus electricians arm wrestle," and Andy Cam just thrashed him. He's like 20 years older than him. He doesn't look stocky, but he's got old man strength. He's got old man strength, and he absolutely destroyed Nick. And Nick went home with his tails between his legs, should we say? But yeah, very true. I think it's difficult, Ricky, when people tradesmen slag off others because they can do things differently. Yeah, you've always got some like TikTok expert, someone who thinks they know best. Or like a company's, it's like a cult, like a company tradition. We do it this way, so therefore I believe it's the regulation. It's like, no, mate, it's not. So there's loads of like controversial things like capping, or I don't know, can't think of another one now. But yeah, that it winds people up. Matthew Rogers, are you a Sparky? Yeah, I want to know if Matthew Rogers is a Sparky. Richard Ryall, have you made any mistakes early on running the business? Have you learned from? Yeah. So one of the big mistakes is the pricing. So when you're running a business, I first set it up. So I was originally like 150 a day, but then I did it where I might have been 120 a day plus travel. But for some reason, people would rather pay 150 a day than pay 120 a day plus your travel. So your local guys got a cheaper rate than they get if you went to Leeds, which was like half an hour away. So you do 120 and then you do like half an hour to Leeds, half an hour back. So that's an hour plus like fuel. I worked that out. But people got really annoyed paying 120 plus the fuel. Which probably came out about 145. They'd rather pay 150 just for a day and thinking that's okay. So yeah, pricing's a big thing. So obviously these days it's like the last 2 years the subby rate's 250. You know what I mean? So everything's just shot up in price. So we've had to go to a 400 day rate now, which still doesn't really give you much in the bank after everything's out, which is nuts to think about. Yeah, yeah. So you might get 200 grand in sales and 198 in expenses. You're left with 2 grand left in the year. You know what I mean? Something like that. So definitely people don't pay and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You just got to write it off. So that's not very good. What advice would you give to aspiring sparkies? So apprentices then, get yourself an apprenticeship. I had a guy message me on Instagram today saying, "What do you think?" It was TikTok. What do you think of these like 2 week these like speed courses where you basically go on and you fly through a course, but no practical training apart from on like a wooden board. So for me, they're not worth the paper it's written on really, and then they have to pay a lot of money for them. So they basically just rattle through like the education, and by the end of it, they're qualified. But no one's going to employ them if they don't know the job. Like I won't really want to let one of them guys loose on one of my jobs because they'd never like hold a drill before and anything like that. You know what I mean? So they'd be like, especially having like a day one apprentice, and apparently they're qualified. But it takes like a good 2 to 3 years before you can put someone, well, the way I train them on a job and be done the same as what I would do. Maybe a little bit slower. But yeah, definitely not like a speed course. It's not worth it at all. There we go. Matthew Rogers is a Sparky. So I'd like to know if he's qualified or if he's got his own company. That'd be interesting. Or is he apprentice? I get a lot of apprentices on here. So when you meet Mrs. Finney, was there a spark? Yeah, there was definitely a spark. Yeah, big spark. I don't know if I should talk about that. But no, it was good. Met her at a festival. Walked a blind man's dog, and yeah, it was lovely. And she's loved dogs ever since. There we go. So that's Mrs. Finney. Yeah, cool, Matthew. Are you in Nick Bundy's fan or not? I can't tell. Yeah, I think Matthew might be a Bundy fan. When I did business studies, they said if you underprice yourself, clients must think you've you mustn't be very good. Yeah, probably. Like if you got three quotes and there's a guy way under, you'd be like, you know what I mean? Why is it so cheap? Yeah, the middle price. If there's not much between the middle and the top, most people will just go for the top if they want quality. But it depends on what trade. So if you want someone to cut your grass, there's not that much risk. So like an element of risk comes involved and danger and safety. So the jobs that you need more assurance or safety, or you could be worried that your house sets on fire, you're going to pay more and go with like the top guy because you think it's going to be done better. But the guy that's going to cut your grass, there's not going to be much risk involved. So you're like, well, we'll just go bottom at barrel or middle. You know what I mean? There we go. I know you're right though. Let's read some more. I had a couple of non-payers when I was working for myself as a mechanic. So annoying. Yeah, non-payers are annoying. So to counteract that, we have a 50% rule. So sometimes if it's like a little £100 job, we won't do it if it's like we're booking it in last minute. But generally, over like, well, we'll do it if it's booked in advance. We'll take it. But yeah, we'll take 50%. It means they're serious about it. If they can't pay the 50%, they're probably not going to pay the final invoice. In fact, a lot of the times we'll send it out, and some people just don't read it, saying 50%, and they'll pay the full amount. And I was like, all right, fair enough, paying before you do it. We do it, you know, what I mean, certificate done, and they're happy, we're happy. Oh, we've got another new person, Field 954. Can't even read numbers. How difficult is the M2? The M2's all right. So as long as you kind of plough through it. But you basically got loads of different aspects, but make sure you knock off and lock off. So there's about, you end up with like a class of 30, and it gets a couple of lads there. Did the safe isolation. I forgot to take the key out of a padlock, and they failed the exam. But the guy doing the course didn't say out, so they just stood there because they're marking it, and they did everything perfect. And then at the end, they just tapped the key and they went, oh no, and then they had to like spend some money and rebook the AM2 exam. So that's what I'd say. And on the testing, this is more Sparky talk. This a threaded light bulb holder. Polarity is wrong, and that nearly caught me out. Where the central pin should be live, because obviously all the spinny bit of your lamp would be neutral. So obviously you touch that when you're actually screwing it in. So that can't be live, can it? Otherwise you'll be electrocuting yourself as you're screwing in your light bulb. So there we go. And Matthew Rogers has met him, so he's like a super fan. There we go. I met Bundy once, really nice fella. Are you doing the trade shows yet? Yeah. Let me know when the trade shows are. I forgot to have a look, but I want to get to a few this year. So there's normally a Lex we go to. The CEF lives, they're good. But yeah, it'd be nice to get some more trade shows. If you got me on Instagram, Matthew Rogers, let me know when they are, and I'll be going. It'd be cool to meet you wherever you're at. There we go. Love the trade shows. Yeah, they're good fun. So we try and like win the competition. Well, I end up winning quite a lot of the prizes, which is good. It's got like loads of track days, and ended up taking our last trading it in, being nice husband, and taking it to a spa day instead of the track day. So I'll get in the good books. So, but yeah, they're great fun doing all the trade shows, and I won like a Weir screwdriver set and something else, and it's probably worth about 300 quid, 400 quid in total, them two together. So it's pretty cool. Right, what else we got then? So the goals for this year then, the goals to get to 10k subs, which would be cool, and get some decent views on the videos, so we can make some decent money on the videos to pump back in to giveaways and to do work for free for elderly and people who need some work doing. So that's a new scheme that's coming out. So I've been pumping it out to all the local York business page, like community pages, just saying, look, if you're in need, then get in touch. Because we basically want to do like a day a month, which would be cool. Then as we scale that, because we've got like plans for 2 years and 5 years, if like one lad is well, to be fair, we could probably hire, if we get to the 5-year plan, we should have maybe 30 grand spare. You could hire some basic Sparky for 36 grand or something, or 30 grand or whatever, and just do like free work, which would be cool, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? So that guy's job would be just there just to like help people out, which would be cool. So it's like giving back. So yeah, that'd be it. So I don't know, but people just can't afford it. It's like a call out now is like 100 quid and then 50 quid each hour after. not a lot of people can afford that. If something's just gone wrong or tripped or something not working, but if they could have that for free, that'd be a big impact on an area, wouldn't it? If you had a lot of people who were in need. So yeah, that's the vision for year five. Yeah, we should get Richard to a trade show. That'd be fun. We can have him on the teabag Olympics, trying to get in the cup. That were a good one. If you were at Sparky slash ran, I'm not sure. Oh, Sparky slash ran your own business. What would you be? What would it be? So I do like the music stuff. So maybe like a musician or something. So yeah, I'd probably put more time into like creating production. You know what I mean? Writing songs and stuff like that. Yeah, because our writer in the band, that's what he does. Creates tracks, creates like a catalog, and then you sell that catalog for like big money, tens of thousands of pounds to I don't know these different labels. That out of them 10, they might pick one and give it to an artist to play. So he makes some good money. So Mr. T, hey homies, it's Nick T. It's been a while, long time no see. How's it going? Hey Nick T. So he's changed his name to Mr. T. Yeah, it's going all right, Nick. Yeah, we've missed Nick. Yeah, bless you. I hope you're doing well. So we also have some trade shows in the SECC in Glasgow. I love going to that. That'd be cool then. We could good to do a road trip. So we're good to do like Scotland, like Harrogate, and then something down south. We did Birmingham for the CEF line, which would go. Do you win prizes, Ricky? Yeah, there's prizes to be won. I will be there. So I'm very competitive. Yeah, don't be a teacher, is Richard Ryle's response. So Mr. T's had an op in mid-Jan, just back out of hospital, back to everyone now. Good to see more people in the Finney Electrical team. Yes, Mr. T, it's good to have you back. That's sweet. And you're a musician, you should do more. Yeah. So the band's actually got some new stuff coming out. So we've gone more from like a pendulum sound to something more like we've done like an Oasis track, which is cool. And then we've got some that's a bit more like Rage Against the Machine kind of vibes without the shouting. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice big energy, put on a big show kind of thing, get people jumping. So that's the vibe. So yeah, that's 2025 then. I said I would go back and read all the questions, but I've ended up doing it whilst doing the live. So, but yeah, I think if you've got any more questions, then get it in now, and then I think we'll wrap this up then. So, goals for 2025 then. So, business wise, we're going to grow another 2 members of staff, and then over the next 5 years, we'll get that up to about 8 to 10 staff, which we cool. Obviously, 2 of those be apprentices. And then we should have enough money then to do some cool stuff in the community and like hire a guy just to do free work for people, which would be cool. So that'd be nice. But yeah, when you get to that stage, you can basically like hire a CEO, and then I can just work as an employee, like an engineer. I won't have to do any like quoting or anything like that. So that'd be quite fun. I could just do like YouTube videos, you know when. It's hard to get on the music business. My daughter's been singing bands for 20 years, doing loads of gigs, and it still doesn't make a lot of money. Yeah, there's not a lot of money in for it. You got to do a lot of marketing on social media, and people got to buy into you. That's the way, really. Build a base, get people invested in you. All clear. Thanks for asking. 2025, James. Get a Finney fans barbecue started. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, we'll have to get some central and have a barbecue. That sounds great. I don't know where people live, but I know Richard's in Scotland somewhere, Glasgow probably, if you mentioned that place. Where are you looking for staff from so we can share your post? Right, so it'd be nice to get a lad from around York. So basically I can, because obviously all the York jobs that are like towards Scarborough way, which are only like an hour, or even like that way, it could be half an hour. The lads from Wakefield that travel like at least an hour and a half. So really we need someone to kind of take over this area, because you don't want like lads from Wakefield going over there. But yeah, so York based really, between like York and towards Leeds maybe, Wetherby. So if we know any Sparkies looking to get in a cool team, be part of the team, then let me know. What else we got? How far north or south do you go? So we normally go like an hour round, so like up to Middlesbrough, But we've done jobs in like Newcastle and stuff like that, which is cool. So we did like what did we do? A select store in Gateshead, of all places, women clothing store, right up my street. Uh, not how far south do we go then? So Sheffield, Chesterfield, something like that, around there. So like the lads cover that. How about Liverpool? Yeah, we done one of the videos was us in Liverpool. It was old people's home. We had to do some electrics on, and then we had a long wait time for this flooring company to come in. And me and Hayden, I took him round Liverpool. So yeah, we went in the cavern. I pointed at the statue opposite. I was like, "Look who that is." He went, "Is it a gay bar?" I said, "It's not a gay bar. It's the Beatles, mate. It's the Beatles, iconic British band. It's not the gay bar. It's the cavern." And there's like live band. But yeah, I took him down there. We had like a pint and that. Watched like some artists playing some Beatles stuff, and then we went back to work and then drove home. But yeah, we got to Liverpool. That'd be a bit of fun. Um, any oldies that remembers Pamela Anderson on that electrician's comedy? Don't remember that one. I might be a bit young for that one. It's funny, I knew it. I remember, yeah. So there we go then. So that's 2025 then. So we're starting it off with a big bang. Yeah, we've got loads of stuff. We've got a nice clear goal of what we want to do. So I've got another meeting with the business guy next week, I think. So we kind of touched goals. We've touched on values. We've kind of dipped his toes into like opportunities and like the margins. And now we're going to actually focus on a full business plan then and the marketing and sales strategy of what that's going to look like. So that's going to be pretty cool. So it's like super like expert in depth, deep dive, which is going to be cool. But yeah, I'm going to share some of it and hopefully it helps those business people out who watch these videos or those who are looking to get into business because learning that stuff when you get into business is really important, even if it'll blow your head. But there we go. So if you like this kind of content then, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when we next upload. So as always, have a good one from me and I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Goodbye. This is the bit where everyone's saying goodbye and I have to type. But yeah, have a good week everyone. Go smash it. See you later.